Welcome to our second Peralta Trail Pause for Learning University video, A Guide to Family Math. So why is math at home important? It is a great way to create a fun family dynamic. Math is a natural integration into many things that are done daily in a family home. Also, just like reading, a little math practice goes a long way in helping increase some important lifelong skills. In this video, we are going to focus on 5 key principles and skills to math: number sense, patterns, fluency, measurement, and parts of a whole. When we are talking about number sense, we are talking about a group of skills that allow kids to work with numbers. It includes skills like understanding quantities, grasping concepts like more and less, larger and smaller, recognizing relationships between single items and groups of items, understanding symbols that represent quantities, making number comparisons, and understanding the order of numbers, such as first, second, third, etc. Some good number sense activities to help your children practice are asking questions about quantities, like how many grapes are on your plate, having your child share how many items they have with them, scavenger hunts for a number of items, number flashcards, and using one-to-one correspondence. For example, if you show your child a written number, they can create a group of objects to express that number. Our next math focus area is on patterns. Math patterns are sequences that repeat based on a rule, and a rule is a set way to calculate or solve a problem. Patterns appear in shapes, colors, and numbers. Patterns are important because they support fluency. The ability to recognize and create patterns help us make predictions based on our observations. This is an important skill in math. We use patterns to represent identified regularities and to form generalizations. Patterns allow us to see those relationships. Some good activities to help practice patterns are creating patterns with bracelets, necklaces, or other crafts, hopscotch and outdoor activities, practicing skip countings in 2s, 5s, 10s, but also odd numbers like 3, 6, 7, and 9, shapes, patterns and fact families, and rhythm. Our next skill is fluency. Fluency is the ability to recall the answers to basic math facts automatically and without hesitation. Fact fluency is gained through significant practice, with mastery of basic math facts being a goal of both teachers and parents. Information processing theory supports the view that automaticity in math facts is fundamental to success in many areas of higher mathematics. Automaticity is the ability to provide a correct answer without consciously thinking, or more simply, it's mathematics reflex. This is the almost instantaneous solving of a problem to the point where the question and the answer are synonymous. For example, 5 times 5 and 25 are seen as the same thing. Automaticity is important in fluency for 3 reasons. It's a predictor of performance success in mathematics tests, it reduces cognitive load, it increases the accuracy of students' calculations. Early development of automaticity in students is important. Students who develop these reflex skills are more likely to find continued success with math. Some activities to help improve fluency are flashcards, board games, bingo, writing math facts in chalk, using a deck of cards for fact fluency, timed activities using a timer, or even a card game like War. Our next mathematics skill is measurement. Measurement is a process of finding a number that shows the size or amount of something. Measurement can start early on as children begin to compare things. For example, that dinosaur is taller than that one. They also order things from biggest to smallest. Measurement takes the form of length and height, area, capacity, weight, time, and temperature. Many of these attributes are areas students come across daily. Some fun activities are measuring household items or family members with a ruler in inches, feet, yards, meters, etc., measuring the weight of objects by using a home scale or balance scale, using the scale at the grocery store for produce, cooking dinner or a treat using measuring cups and spoons, having children write down a daily schedule and using the clock, asking them for the time at different parts of the day. Our final math skill is parts of a whole. What do we mean by parts of a whole? Most of the time when adults hear parts of a whole, we think fractions. That is definitely one example of parts of a whole, but it is so much more. When we say parts of a whole, we want children to understand that any whole number can be broken into parts. Sometimes those are equal parts, such as breaking the number 6 into 3 plus 3 or 2 plus 2 plus 2. Sometimes the parts are not equal, such as breaking the number 6 into 4 plus 2 or 5 plus 1. A child who can break up any whole number into parts easily will have an easier time with adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing, proportional thinking, fractions, and many other math skills. Whole and parts in the younger grades are pretty easy to incorporate into everyday conversation. At dinner, you might say, "We need 5 napkins total. Choose some red ones and some white ones. How many of each will you choose?" You can divide up equal portions for dinner, using paper money and coins to count or pay for items, paper folding fractions to compare fractions, cutting materials into equal pieces such as paper or wood, and even seeing which dominoes have the same number of spots even though they are partitioned differently. Math is a super fun way to engage children in worldly experiences. From cooking, scheduling, paying for items, and so much more, math is a lifelong skill that everyone needs. Thank you for your continued partnership in our Bobcats education.